I'm not matching profiles, I'm matching people.
Definitely really anxious as a little kid. I guess I didn't really think of that, but looking back on some of my like behaviors and like my OCD, I have moderate OCD, which I think is where a lot of my anxiety comes from, which I think I inherited from my father. My dad is extremely OCD. And as I grew into a teenager, I mean, I remember my parents trying to put me on Prozac when I was like 12, because I was going through like my edgy phase. But really, I was just like going through puberty, you know, just like every other kid. But my parents, for some reason, were like, well, this needs to be medicated. And I really didn't need to be medicated. I think that I just had a lot of normal hormones. But I think that whole experience kind of made me feel like something is wrong with me. Like, what's wrong with me? Why do I need to be on medication? And that I really got inside my head when I was young. But then as I got older, probably early 20s, I started getting really bad seasonal depression. And it was, it still progressively gets quite a bit worse. And it's usually triggered by experiences. And sometimes my anxiety is definitely for no reason at all. Like, I just wake up and I'm like, you know what? Not today. I don't want to do today. I'll pass. Today is the day where I just want to exist and just get through it.
Do you see patterns on when you say there's certain experiences that I guess triggered it? So there are patterns in certain, you know, what could possibly lead you there.
Yeah. And the more I learn about myself and the more I get to know myself, and traveling really helps me with that, the more that I can kind of predict, you know, when things are going to happen and take more like preventative care for it. Like, oh, I'm starting to feel a little weird, and honestly, just being open and honest about the struggle too. Like, when I feel like that, I like to share it on social media because I know I'm not alone. And it reminds me that I'm like not alone. Because every time I do that, there's so much like love and support. You know, nothing bad has ever come from me sharing anything. Not one thing ever. Nobody's ever once been like, wow, you shouldn't share that. Or like, I can't even think of anything, because what bad is going to come from that, you know?